Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, my name's Diane.
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou.
Welcome back, Lydia.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Yay. I had concerned messages from fans. I appreciate you guys. Lydia was in a bit of a downward spiral, kind of hating life, but I'm back to normal now, so I am okay. Thank you so much for reaching out. Very much appreciate it. And then obviously you guys, thank you for supporting me during that difficult time. That was rough.
It's always okay to take a break when you need it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and then I caught COVID, and then I lost my mind a bit. So, but it's come back a little bit. So I'm kind of excited for that.
The mind has come back, or the
not COVID?
No, not COVID. My mind. Yes. No, I broke. I think society is starting to break apart. And, everyone's starting to feel the burn of, late stage capitalism. But anyways, not a big deal. We are okay. I am okay. Thank you so much.
Everything is beautiful.
Yay, you're back.
Yay. Okay, all right, guys.
We love our little perverted Mama Lou.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Thanks,
props to you.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, do I even make a difference on this planet? But I guess I do a little bit.
Of course you do.
Thank you. So do you.
Don't we all make a difference?
Yes. I think so.
We all make somebody smile.
You got it. Exactly right. Sorry, there's an ant
friend?
on my
What
foot.
are you doing?
There was an ant on my foot, but it's gone now. Okay. Sorry.
Springtime.
I know. I have this stupid freaking plant in my front yard that I keep trying to kill, and it's like the one that looks really pretty, and it's like, but to get to open, you need ants to eat it. Do you ever have that one?
I have no idea what the hell you're
It's
talking
so
about.
stupid.
Are they the peonies?
That's the one.
I love them though. They're so beautiful.
They're poofy and nice for 2 days, but
So they don't work unless ants
have to eat at them for it to open, because it's like a hard ball of green shit, and then ants are and then it opens up, and then you're like, oh, this is nice, and then it rains, and it's like,
I'm sure that's exactly how.
You gotta cut them when they open and then bring them in your house, so you can have beauty.
I never thought of that. I guess I should do that.
We could also just dig them up and give them to Diane.
I literally
That's true.
Where am I gonna plant them? On the concrete balcony?
Yeah,
they have things called plant boxes.
Yeah, but peonies can't grow in a planter box. They're too big.
They're humongous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Every time you say peonies, I just
see peonies. Blossoming penis.
You just gotta lick it, and then it opens.
Yeah.
Guys,
see, I was thinking it was more of a metaphor for something else that you have to lick and then it opens.
That too.
Wow.
Yeah. Where? I'm back, everybody.
You're back. Woo! 100% complete now. Woo!
If anyone wants a peony, feel free to dig it up, because I hate it. I've tried to kill this plant so many times, and it keeps coming back, because I just rip it out, and it's you're like, oh my god. Anyways,
where did it even come from?
It came with the house. Oh, so yes, because I don't know if you saw, Mom attempted to plant some weirdness there. Nonna even came to my house and planted weirdness in the front, and I'm like, I hate this planted box so much. I am not a farming person. That is not in me. I don't have a green thumb. I couldn't give a shit about plants. I eat food that comes from plants, but that's where I draw the line.
At one point, you wanted to rip up all your lawn and just plant
clovers. I still want to do that.
You wouldn't have to mow it.
I'm going to do that eventually. Or moss. That would be good. But yeah, I am
those purple ones. Those purple plants that you have that just kind of grow all over and cover. It's like a weed. Like that house that's on upper whatever. When you come up the mountain, it used to have all those purple little tiny flowers.
And you don't have to water it and stuff?
I have no idea.
Is that clovers?
It's not clovers. I know what you mean.
Is that close to where you live?
It's instead of grass, it's ground cover. And it's just these plants that have these little purple things in them. And then they just grow like weeds, essentially.
I would like that. That would be nice. Yes, I've paid by law too many fines because of my stupid grass. So I would.
But you know who would appreciate this sustainable lawn option?
Who?
A goat?
Jesus?
Hanson.
That's right.
See, way to put it full circle. Way to do that, Diane.
Diane's so good. Okay.
See?
Okay,
They
go.
do some stuff.
Wait, who-
They
all
have
right.
a beer. It's called Hops.
All right, so who's taking control of this episode today?
Okay.
Dee,
whatever.
go.
I would just thought I would get us to steer us towards the
I was
topic
just
of the
like, how are we
day.
gonna get
Full
back here? I
circle.
feel like we've already
Beautiful.
lost some people with the peen and vagine and then
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
for
it's
these
okay.
type of.
No,
Did we lose them?
sustainable-
Because our podcast is all about this kind of things. We go on a rant, tangents. We do lots of fun things like that.
We do.
sustainable lawn options that don't require water waste
Yes.
are something that Hanson would totally be into.
I
No,
agree.
they're from Oklahoma.
Yes, they're environmentalists, right? They're environmentalists.
But Dee, why are we talking about Hanson?
Well, you know what else Hanson would be interested in? Their new album.
That's right.
And people reviewing their album.
You got it. That's what we do here at Boy Band Break. So Chizia,
So,
get
yeah,
us on that horse.
Get us on that track.
Friday, May 20th, Hanson has released another album, and it is called.
Did Kiki bite you?
Yes, for absolutely no
You're like,
reason.
oh! You look
What?
very
Why did she bite you?
I don't know.
face. Did you see her? She was like, oh, like offended and hurt. Oh,
Oh, I did not see that. Sorry. It is called. Okay, well, the album is called Red, Green, Blue.
hope you're okay, Dee.
I'm fine.
Did your cat attack you?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why she
She
was.
made her freeze. That's why she made
Yeah.
the face.
I literally said I wasn't looking.
Oh.
There,
at
there, there,
There
there.
you
There
Kiki!
you go. See?
Making your
Everyone
cat-
saw you now. You
Unless
can
you're
leave.
Okay, so I don't know if Hanson has cats. They definitely have lots of.
They got a lot of children. I know that
Yes.
for sure.
So,
Keep
Yeah.
talking.
quick recap on Hanson.
Who
Just-
are
just
these
super
people?
quick. So they are obviously an American pop band from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Isaac Hanson, Taylor Hanson, and Zach Hanson. And then they have been touring as a band since 2007.
They're the guys with the long
Oh, no,
hair.
they haven't been.
And they
These
had
people have been
Umbop
dancing.
as their
Sorry.
single.
They are best known, yes. So they're best known for their 1997 hit song "Bop" from their debut album called "Middle of Nowhere."
Yes.
That got
And that's the only song that I remember.
There's lots of other songs. They are currently with Island Def Jam, I believe. Nope, they parted ways. Okay, they sold lots of millions of albums.
They're
They,
with, I'll tell you. Wait, I can tell you. Hang
It's
on.
going well.
Cooking, but 3GC, Three Car Garage. That was
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
Three
ones,
Car Garage, yeah.
So, anyways, they had in the early years they had a bunch of albums. They had Boomerang, which came out before they were famous.
right, that's
And then they had Umbop.
Yep.
And then they had Middle of Nowhere. They had Snowed In, which was their Christmas album, which is
Yes.
one of the
Oh.
best Christmas albums.
That's the one that you guys love, and you're always saying,
No.
like, when we went to the concert, you thought that they were going to perform some of those songs, but then
Yeah.
didn't end up doing that. Yeah.
They did not because they had released a new Christmas album.
Like the day before.
Then they had
Oh.
Three Car Garage.
That was a
So
good
that
one.
was in 98. Live from Albertane. So Albertane is they have this like secret bonus track, Man from Milwaukee.
yeah.
And then this guy was from this outer space place called Albertane. So that's 98.
I remember
This
that
time around,
This is where
this
Hanson
is
took
their
a turn.
this is their second studio album. So this was like the main release. And then it kind of after that, then they kind of died off after that.
They didn't die off.
Well,
they just
didn't.
got
So
weird.
yes.
They got weird. Okay.
So then Hanson in 2004 released Underneath, which I definitely do not recall this album.
No.
It was their first independent release. Then 2007, that's when we finally met them for the first time. That's when they released The Walk.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, so that was kind of, it was another independent album. That was kind of like their more,
Woke album?
I guess. And they used to do these walks in each city they went to. So you would walk barefoot without shoes down the street. And I believe they were raising money for.
The Tom's shoes.
Yeah, it was kind of like
And-
that type of.
And like
thing.
where like so they send footwear overseas
to,
to like third world
yeah.
countries and stuff. I guess they've never been to Hamilton. I would not walk barefoot in Hamilton.
Yeah, we did not. I met them. I have a very bad picture of them with my eyes closed. It was just like but whatever. Anyway, so if you are a Hanson fan and you're on their website, they released albums every year or every other year or something. So they also have Shout It Out from 2010, Anthem from 2013. Finally, It's Christmas from 2017. So that's the last time Lydia and I saw them in concert.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize they were doing a Middle of Nowhere concert a few months before. So by the time I found
That
out,
would
it
have
was
been
like,
lovely
it
to
was
know.
like the day of the show, and it was totally sold out. So we're like, okay. So we're like, oh, we'll go to this Christmas one because they have a great Christmas album. Not realizing they had released this new album the day before, so we knew none of the songs. And if
But everyone in the audience was like, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, all right.
So also we were also late to the concert, and then also we were sitting far away. And also I took an expensive nap.
Yeah, this
This was like the best story.
Chinzia!
The thing is, guys, like
Chinzia, you're falling asleep.
I paid for this seat. I can do whatever I want with it. And then I went to the bathroom, and then Run Rudolph was. Then I was like, yeah. But anyway, so I'm not a fan of Christmas music to begin.
I think you did that the same thing at the Jonas Brothers concert.
It was not.
And at the Final Fantasy VII concert.
Okay, you know what? Maybe if people like to take good naps during the music just soothes the soul.
You could just listen to a CD.
But then I won't have a nice, uncomfortable
This is
seat
the
to fall
ambience.
asleep
I
in.
need everyone to watch me sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so
Just
that.
razzing you.
Yeah. Sorry. So we didn't really like that album as much, but maybe it was a lot more religious-y, like boring, urethral. I don't know. Then they released String Theory in 2018, Against the World in 2021, and now we're at Red, Green, Blue in 2022. So
God bless them for just
Trying something,
yeah
or
yeah.
you know, putting more songs out there for their fans to enjoy.
You know what, honestly, and they're very good with their fans and their family, and this is like a whole thing that they've kept up. So
Don't they even go to Jamaica?
Hanson fans called. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have
Panties?
a name for their.
Panties?
I don't think so. Anyway, so
Panties
yes.
for hands.
So if you're part of the Hanson fan club, they do have a lot of exclusive things. If I'm not mistaken, they do like free meet and greets as well.
Free.
But you have to like be a member, and then they just try to like space it out, and they use whatever. It was like, I think it's like $20 a year or something for the fan club. You get this like bonus little like track CD, things like that. But they also do the Jamaica thing. So every January, so it's kind of like a cruise on land. So you get to an all-inclusive resort. It's like 4 or 5 days, and you're there, and then they do concerts, and they do things like tie-dyeing and other stuff. So there's like fun events. So it would be something fun to do. It's just been a little pricey. So I'm like, wouldn't mind checking it out, but also it's a lot of money. So it's a very nice resort. I've seen pictures and stuff, and it looks good, but also like, don't have budget for that right now. So anyway, so that's Hanson. So because this album just came out yesterday, normally when we do an album review, I pull up my trusty Wikipedia page and then go through all that stuff. So Wikipedia is not updated yet. But
even
Spotify,
the last album hasn't been updated on Wikipedia. Hanson fans, what are you
Hanson
doing?
fans, you're sleeping.
You
Let's
be
get this
wildin'.
Wikipedia filled up. So yeah. Anyway, so but luckily Spotify does have a thing that tells you who the artists are. Thank you, Diane, for finding that out.
Good
So
job, Dee.
we're gonna go to that. But first, I just want. I don't know. Do I need to share the page?
You can,
Okay,
yes.
What page?
The Grammy thing.
If you're just going to read it, I
I'm
mean.
just gonna read. Okay, so there's two articles I found about Red, Green, Blue. But I also know I mentioned this before. There was a band that came out. Was it Moist that had a Red, Green, and Blue album?
I don't know. RGB is a very popular thing. That's
in one of the interviews, sweet Zach said that they picked Red, Green, Blue because you can make every color from those colors. And I'm like,
no, you
my
cannot.
sweet man,
No.
green is not the color.
No.
Yellow is the color
That's
that
correct.
you need
That's correct.
as a primary color.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, at least he tried to come up with an explanation.
But like
Zach
you can
for
make
you.
most colors from them, but like, and you know, there's yellow in green because green and blue and yellow make green. But yeah, that's not like, you know what? Maybe he meant like the old TVs. You remember when you used to like stare at the little like
Yeah, the little
tiny
Yeah.
squares?
Love that shit.
No, Diane's looking at us like,
Yeah.
Why would you stare at a little square on a TV?
This was before the time of
these
internet.
are like those big wooden TVs, right? Remember
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
And then if you go up really, really, really close, you could see the red, green, and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
And
right
then
up
with the
like
pictures.
This is a common thing that people did?
this was before the days of the internet
One
when we
time,
were bored.
I
That's all.
actually took a magnifying glass to do that. Do not recommend because then it had like a black spot that I like fucked up the TV in the corner.
That was you.
So I was just like, oh, I could see the colors. Yes. So do not recommend.
I didn't know that was you. All
I was just like, oh, what is this? What happens if I look at it? No. So I'm just a curious child.
That's
Anyways.
Didn't they recommend that you don't sit so close to the TV?
They also
That's right. Yeah.
But then, they didn't have remotes and you'd have to go and like turn the knob and shit.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like we're dating ourselves, man.
As I
We got TVs and wooden boxes.
We're old.
I had to be on channel 3 to play video games.
Yes.
There was no HDMI, guys. You don't know how good you have it.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're referring to. So I'm just going to read a quick beginning of an article. I'm not going to read the whole article because it is a Q&A. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if we have questions later, we can look it up. But
Sure.
Essentially, so this one is from the Grammys website. And it says, why Hanson decided to go solo for Red, Green, Blue, and how they found togetherness because of it. The Hanson brothers, Taylor, Isaac, and Zach, gave Grammy.com an inside look at the challenging but rewarding process behind their new album, Red, Green, Blue. After 30 years as a band, 30 years, like, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Granted, they're brothers, so, like, obviously they were around the whole time.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Hanson created an album in a way that they've never done before, going solo. I wonder if they've ever actually done it.
What does that mean,
they
going
unsigned?
solo?
They had 2 independent albums.
No, I think they mean solo from each other, not as a group. Because, like, I don't think
So each section is them being solo?
Timberlake out of this group, right?
No, well,
So they've
I
always
mean,
been
I'd say if anyone had the chance of Justin Timberlake, it would have been Taylor.
obviously,
but,
Taylor, because he's the lead vocalist and stuff, right? But they're kind of more like a Moffats, where you play your own instruments and do your own thing, right? So they had, obviously, Taylor was vocals, Isaac was guitar, Zach was drums,
Yeah.
But they also all sang, kind of like the Jonas Brothers and everything like that too.
So I don't understand. They went solo, like each person.
So it's solo in their section?
How about I read the thing?
Read the thing. Sorry.
I'm with you, Lydia. I was with you. Don't worry.
The sibling. So if you just listen to the album, you might not know this. You might just think, okay, this is songs that they did.
I did.
So-
Yeah, that's
So
what.
this is the background here.
Okay.
So the sibling trio's latest release, Red, Green, Blue, is amalgamation of a 5-song mini album created by each individual brother. Okay. So there's 15 songs, technically 16, but one is a demo of the other one. So,
that's why
each
there's so
5
many.
songs is one brother. So Red is for Taylor. So that's not to be confused with Taylor Swift's Red album.
Ow!
Somebody made
too
that
many
joke in another
Taylors
one.
and Reds. Jesus.
Green is for Isaac, and Blue is for Zach. Now you still remember who everybody is, right?
Of course I
Okay.
do. I will tell you guys at home who is the older. I can't. No, I gotta watch my words here.
We used to call him Isaac the Camel for some
Yeah, I
reason.
know
don't
Isaac.
why.
Yeah, the
He looked
older.
like a camel. I honestly don't even know where. Like sometimes you make like an inside joke and it just sticks.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
No idea.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac was the quote unquote ugly one,
Older brother type,
but
I
the
guess.
older brother type. Then there was Taylor, who was like the heartthrob with the long. They all
but
had long
also
hair.
looked like a woman. Like
Yeah, I know.
There was lots of jokes mistaking him for
Yeah,
a
a
girl.
lot of
like, I
Quagmire
love the girl
stuff.
in Hanson. They're like they're all boys,
Oh God! Oh God!
Yes.
And then of course Zach was the wacky
The
one.
wacky young one.
Wacky
He's
young
crazy,
brother.
like Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
so-
so that's if that helps you guys at all.
Okay,
Anyways, go ahead.
now they all have shorter hair. I think
Does
Zach-
it help more?
Father
Yeah.
Time has
They all have
hit us all.
They have a lot of children. I feel like Taylor's up to like 7-ish.
Oh,
There's
So do they have like 11 or 12 between them?
there's lots of kids.
lots
for
of
sure.
lots of handsome kids.
Oh, yeah, good for
'Cause
them.
they're-
Enjoy life.
Good for them.
Christian and
Yes.
you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so back to this album.
Okay, go ahead.
So red for Taylor, green for Isaac, blue for Zach. Each brother wrote and produced their third of the album entirely on their own, with the help of Grammy Award-winning producers Jim Scott and David Garza, which was new territory for the familial group.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's any less Hanson. In fact, it may be their most Hanson record to date. Okay. You really hear the creative voice of each guy in a different way, Taylor suggests during a recent Zoom interview with his brothers. Fans that have followed us for years have understood this idea of that's sort of an Isaac song, or
Yeah.
that's sort of a Taylor song, or a Zach song, or at least that's subliminally been around in the sound of our work. It's us working together in a different capacity. Red, Green, Blue provides Hanson fans with a chance to get lost in the uniqueness of each brother's voice and musical talent. After all, they each sing, songwrite, and play instruments. But their unmistakable bond and chemistry is as vibrant as ever thanks to their signature harmonies, which appear in varied ways across every track. So even though it's they're like the lead singer of that song, there's also lots of them together on the song. So it's not
I was gonna say, like, how is one person singing and it's like don't listen to the song, but can you do on the drums and then just send it to me and I'm just gonna like repeat it?
I think they still recorded it together, but I just feel that their particular album, they were the lead singer for that.
Well, of course.
Those 5 songs.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's solo but together. So they,
color me confused, but okay.
Their unmistakable bond and chemistry is as vibrant as ever thanks to their signature harmonies, which appear varied in every track. And then this kind of goes into a Q&A with them about the solo album and stuff, so I'm not going to get into that.
But it's a good read, Grammy.com.
But it's a good read on Grammy.com. And then there was another one that they posted. So it is from Riff Magazine. And it's review. Hanson Breaks Apart comes together on Red, Green, and Blue. And that's by Mike DeWald. I'm just going to do a really quick beginning.
Why do they say like breaks apart?
Because a color spectrum, when it hits a light, it breaks, like kind of like a rainbow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It breaks into their own little things, but they're all together as one light, is what I'm assuming.
Got it.
So
okay.
Each member did 5 songs, and then they schmooshed it on an album.
Let me.
I don't know. Sometimes the headlines are interesting
and misleading.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you.
This one, just so you can see what the album looks like. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so it's like, so just kind of like an old TV screen type thing.
Red is Taylor.
Yes. Green, Isaac. Blue, Zach. Okay, so to celebrate their 3rd decade as a band, a pop rock trio, Hanson flipped the script entirely for its 8th album. So here they're saying there are only 8 albums, so maybe the other ones were EPs or whatever.
Okay.
Red, Green, Blue is a cohesive release made up of 3 separate creative endeavors. Each band member and Hanson brother took the reins to write and produce their own collection of songs. Taylor's Red, Isaac's Green, Zach's Blue. The album comes 2 years after the group opened up the vault for a perennial collection. The unique new format combines members' individual voices but still feels like a collective band effort. It's actually quite an impressive feat, with just what a career the band that first broke onto the scene with Bop has carved for itself 30 years later. There's even a variety within each sub-album. I don't know if each spanning 5 or so tracks. Not one of the brothers sticks to any certain style or genre. Instead, all 3 opt for a blend that represents his creative touch. Taylor Hanson's Red, not to be confused with Taylor's Red, Taylor Swift, tends to lean more towards a rootsy Americana and country lane. Okay. This is a music video that they.
Did
you watch that?
I did.
So that's their second.
I have
single,
comments to
Don't
make.
Let Me Down. This is one of the Zach songs.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. And then it kind of goes into each tracks and stuff. So I don't know if we care. I don't know if you want to compare what this guy says when we say what we say.
We'll see.
I
feel like we're already.
All right. So we're gonna just go back. So
we're
now we are
23 minutes
start.
in, so we probably should start.
Okay. So let us start.
Okay.
So Child at Heart is the first song. And let me look at the credits. So it's performed by Hanson. It was written by Taylor Hanson. So the album starts off with the Red. So these first
with Taylor.
Is Taylor. Okay. It was produced by Taylor, Jim Scott, David Gurza, and it's with 3 CG records. So 3 Car Garage. That's what the 3 CG. For those, that's how they first started music back in the day, because they had a 3 Car Garage that they would perform in, and which actually seems quite large. And big.
Yeah, you know what? That's very privileged. That's very nice. I wish I had 3 Car Garage. Damn.
All right. So Child at Heart. I said this was the first single. It was kind of catchy, but it had a weird music video. I don't remember if you guys saw that one. That's the one that kind of looked like he was being abused or beaten up or something. Probably not, but yeah.
How do we want to do this?
So there you go. So there's that. So that's all the notes I wrote there.
Okay.
So Chinzia, Lydia, me, and then Diane. The same way we've always done it, right?
The Riff Magazine guy says, "Child at Heart."
We all should probably say our feelings and then go to this person.
Okay.
Is that fair?
One line, but yes.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go.
What is your what? Okay, read the
Child
line.
at Heart opens things up with a subdued classic rock, heavy on harmony. That was his thing on that. So now you.
Why do we care about this
Okay, I
guy?
don't care.
Okay.
We don't have to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Child at Heart, I said, like the retro kind of vibes. It's not bad. I cried a little bit at the music video. I got it. It resonated with me. Essentially, it's like I feel like everyone's experienced this when like you're just so tired with life. You know what I mean? Because like all these things, like Taylor looks so tired in that video, and that was intentional, right? Like he didn't wear makeup intentionally. Like he looked like beat up intentionally, right? Because like, and then like in the music video, like the guy's like excited to like be proposing to his girlfriend, and then he ends up at a bar. He ends up getting beat up. He ends up being like near death on a stretcher. Like that's why you see like the him bloody, and he has the flowers, like as if he's ready to die, as if he's ready to kind of just give up on everything. And then like the kindness of one person holds his hand, and then he's just kind of like reinvigorates back into life. So like I thought that was like really like powerful. And like kind of like it's like the message of like, things do get better. So I thought, like, I will say that is the only positive thing for this album. That's one song. The rest of it is just going to go into a spiral of but that one song was good. That's in my opinion. All right,
Okay, so I feel like I'll be on the same wavelength as you with this album.
Okay.
By the end, I was like, 16 songs is a lot.
It's too much. Way too much.
I think 12 is a good number.
Yeah.
So maybe like they could have done like 4 or 3 or 4 for each person, and then
Sure, that is. Most albums are like between 12 and 15.
Like people just don't have the attention span for it. Like that's my opinion. But
and then I kind of felt like they all sounded similar as well, and I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah. So what I thought was it was not bad. It kind of sounded familiar to another song, or maybe I'm just like making that up, but it kind of sounded similar to something else that I heard. So.
I thought that, but then I realized I think it's just because I had already watched the music video a couple of times before, so maybe that's why it sounded familiar, but I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
But yes, there was a lot of backlash when that music video came out too, because they just showed like him all bloodied, and then people were like, you need warning for domestic violence and things like that. But if you watch the video, she didn't really beat him up.
No, he just got beat up at a bar.
So
I guess people are a little bit more sensitive to blood and gore nowadays, which is a good thing. If we're desensitized to that stuff, I think it's like a slippery slope down to like Running Man. If you ever watched The Running Man, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where like it's a show about people killing each other on television. Everyone's like, that's fine.
Is that what that movie's about?
Yes.
Oh, I have no idea.
Anyways, so like it's good that we're like, oh my god, that's so gross. But also, like, guys, watch the video. Like, it'll make sense. Anyways, Dee, go ahead. Sorry. So, did you finish your thoughts?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to start by saying this.
Okay.
This is boy band break. Okay?
Yeah.
We like boy bands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hanson was always kind of on the borderline of like, are they a boy band or are they not a boy band?
I was literally thinking
but I think we can all agree that boy bands perform a certain style of music that you would probably put in a pop category, although I don't know. Then people argue that like pop just stands for popular. But there's
under rock, in case you're wondering. I'm like, really?
What?
I'm like,
No.
Okay.
No. But I think you all know what we mean when we say like pop music. Like it's definitely evolved into its own genre. And this doesn't really fit in that genre. So it's not exactly music that we are like, that falls into like the type of music that we like to listen to. So when you're asking someone who, like, if I was to ask someone who was like, I have a metal podcast and I talk about like Slipknot and all this Korn and all this shit, and you're like, listen to this Backstreet Boys album and review it, obviously they're going to think it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to preface everything that I say
Okay.
Yeah.
with like, I am not a fan of this type of music normally.
Yeah.
And I think I understand how, as an artist, especially Hanson, considering that they started so young, and were immediately placed in that boy band genre, even though they didn't really want to be there. And we're always trying to be like, we're not part of that.
That's a man
Right? Because there was that was a similar quote from back in the day. They're like, technically we should be boy band because we're boys in a band, but they should be called man groups because they're older and they sing and perform. So Hanson has always been more of a band type group, but I feel like when they had the big success, the Bops and Where's the Love and all that stuff, it was definitely more poppy, and that's why, and because all the other boy bands around at that time, they just threw them in there with them. So they're not technically, but if you would compare them to like the Moffats and the Jonas Brothers, which are all similar type groups, I would say the Jonas Brothers are more pop, more like.
Well, the Jonas Brothers kind of started out in the same way that Hanson did, where they were like, no, we're not. They wanted to be more of like the
rock,
not rock, but like alt rock, soft rock, whatever you want to call it. Even if you want to call it pop rock, it's not pop. It's not boy band, you know. But then Jonas Brothers just, when they signed with Disney and then just kind of got pushed into that boy band lane, they kind of just went with it. And now they just like embrace it. And they still do a similar like style where they're like playing their instruments, and their songs definitely have a more rocky type sound to it. They're not doing choreo and shit, you know?
Yes.
But it's still in the pop vein. I was thinking a lot when I was listening to this album about Harry Styles and how like he came from one direction, and what he's doing now is a much more like folky kind of like alternative music, but it still falls in the pop genre. Like he's doing what he wants to do while still playing to his fan base. You know what I mean? And still playing to like, this is going to be on top 40 radio kind of thing. I don't think Hanson's doing that, which like cool, props to them. I don't think they're making this music expecting it to be played on top 40 radio.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Like this is the kind of shit they play at like Starbucks at 10 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is not, this is not the kind of music that we're into here. So I'm just going to preface all of that.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm going to say from here on out with that. Yeah. Like this album was not made for me.
Same.
True.
Yeah. I have no tingle and vingles. This is just like, I'm in my feels. I'm sad in a meadow kind of.
It's more
that's
like
where
they're kind of more into the whole singer-songwriter, folky, not really country. I know that one guy said country, but I'm just like, that's what it is.
There's some country vibe to it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's specific like hipster style of music that is not
independent artist maybe.
Yeah.
But they can't be independent artists. Like they were from the top.
But it works for them, and that's what is there.
And their fans love it, right? I'm assuming their fans also love it. That's why they keep making because they keep making those kinds of songs
true to their album.
And I guess maybe like if you have 7 kids or whatever, you don't really have time to be like a mega famous pop star that like has, whatever. Like maybe just
the crowds at the airport and the crazy fans and all that stuff. And it was like stadiums and lots of stuff. And maybe that's just not them, and they're cool where they are. And I think that's probably fine.
They made their money.
Anyways.
All right.
Anyway,
so it's still song.
Thank you, Diane. Yes.
Long story short,
here comes the pain.
Specifically the first part, the red part, woof.
Agreed. Oh my god.
I feel that the Isaac and the Zach parts are better.
Yes.
It's not
personally for me. For me personally, I feel that the Isaac and the Zach parts are better. Whoa, the Taylor part is.
It's I expect more from Taylor because Taylor's the hot one.
Taylor's is supposed to be a lot more emotional or something. I don't know. It's just
maybe.
And granted, and again, and take everything I say with a grain of salt because I was very stressed out when I was listening to this album, and
why?
Just a lot. And then I did not like the first few ones. And then I realized, and then afterwards, then I was like a little more calm. And then they started getting better. So I'm like, I don't know if it was just my feeling was better or the first few songs were that terrible. But anyway, so the next song is called Rambling Heart. Well, the second song is Child at Heart Demo, which is just kind of more of an acoustic-y version of it. So.
It was him doing it in his kitchen while his kids were going, rah! In the background.
There you go. Yeah. So the second song is Rambling Heart. So again, that is also written by Taylor. And I didn't write a lot. Again, I was in a bad mood at this point. I just wrote Rambling Song. Lydia, do you have anything you would like to say?
Really quickly about the Child Heart demo. I thought it was cute. It was like a little window of like what an artist is like creating music in everyday life. I thought that was cute. But anyway, sorry. Number 3, Rambling Heart. I wrote very pretty song, and then I quote Raised on the Road. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. That was like the lyric that stood out for me. Yes. Go ahead.
I also just short and sweet and to the point. I thought it was okay. I hoped that it would be better along the way as I listened to the more songs.
D?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking during the Taylor section? I was surprised to all of the songs. No, I was literally doing things while I was listening to it.
Yeah, me too.
Quick note about the demo part. I thought my phone stopped working. I was like, why can't I hear it anymore?
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh no, this is just okay. Anyways, during the whole Taylor part, I literally was like, this is the kind of music literally that you play like at some hipster fair trade coffee place. And it's like our modern day equivalent of elevator music, because they don't really play music in elevators anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they play this music, like I said, in like a coffee shop because it's like unobtrusive and like it's not unpleasant to listen to, but it's also not like, wow, I really like this and it's going to distract me from the conversation that I'm supposed to be having.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So like, it's nice background music if you're just
vibing.
Yeah,
don't care
about your day. I feel like it would be good music like to focus to, like if you needed to like focus on doing a task and you needed to like drown out the sounds of like your neighbor mowing the lawn and the kid next door crying and like whatever, you could just put this on and it wouldn't be a distraction.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stop to be like, everybody, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta stop and do a dance break or like sing along. You're not gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
But it's not unpleasant to the ear. It's not like, oh God, what is this? I have to turn it off.
Yeah.
It's just calming.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a positive
that's
comment
good.
right there. Calming.
Okay.
Calming is good. Very good.
On to Truth.
Yes.
Okay, so Truth I wrote nothing aside, so I'm just going to read the other guy's thing. I would say, and again, I could have just been in a bad mood at this point. I thought these were very slow and depressing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is painful, and I have to listen to 13 more songs. Is what my stress. So anyways, this Riff Magazine guy said, Rambling Heart and Truth lean heavier into a focused acoustic singer-songwriter vibe. So that's exactly what Diane said. The Tom Petty connection may not be entirely unfounded, as Hanson is collaborating with Jim Scott, who worked with both Petty and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. David Graza produced the album, and he's done Fiona Apple and stuff. So I don't know. The truth is, I was not a fan of these first few songs. So there we go.
Same.
So, do you have anything for Truth, Lydia?
For Truth, I have very slow. Nothing can set you free like a little bit of truth. It was very poetic, but that's it.
Which is not something I normally like. Is
Same.
that kind of I like more like, I'm not saying Euro beats, but obviously Euro beats are better than
yes. So,
I just put like not bad. Like it could be worse. I didn't fast forward to this one, so that's a plus.
I didn't fast forward.
So,
Did you fast forward the other ones?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry, the chair. Sorry.
All right. D.
We're all about truth here, as the song
true.
goes.
That's true.
I was cooking eggs while I was listening to it, and it didn't offend me.
All
Good
right.
song to cook eggs to.
See, there you go. We're all about this.
Truth.
There you go.
So the next song is "We Belong Together," and I was like, "We belong together."
Yeah. I was like, it's gonna be a good one because this is usually what happens, right? Yeah.
This is where I wrote it picked up at the end because I felt like I was still zoned out, but then I felt like the pace kind of picked up at the end. I was like, okay, this is getting better. This guy says, "We Belong Together" builds from an energetic acoustic stomper and grows into a soaring sing-along that feels uplifting and anthematic, which I guess is true because at the end, because I also noticed that it picks up at the end if you listen to the entire song and didn't skip Sophia. Lydia?
I listened to that part, so yes, I did hear that part.
That was kind of breaking me out of my funk. I was like, okay, all right, maybe this is not all super depressing singer-songwriter. Maybe this album will get a bit better. And at this point, then I realized, I think this is separated into different albums.
I didn't even catch those separated into different artists. Yeah. For "We Belong Together," I wrote, "It's okay." And then I wrote like 2 lyrics that popped out. It's like, "All this living has been taking your life and feeling low because you fell off course." I'm like, yeah, same, Taylor, same. Anyways, but that's it for me. So
I wrote, "I can't get into this song," and then I wrote, at least the end is good.
Lols.
Because it is over.
Fair.
I just thought it picked up, and at that point I was like, okay, I can kind of like sing along and shit. I don't know. Diane?
Don't blow dry your hair while you're listening to this one, because apparently you missed the end, which is the best part.
I missed the end too. I didn't even catch it. I think
my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you for your tips, Diane.
Very honesty.
All right, so the next song is called you know what's funny is it's called Semi Hollow, but then I put Semi Heart because there were so many other heart ones. I was like, Jesus Christ, how many heart songs do they have? And I was like, nope, I'm an idiot. It's Hollow. So this one I said had an so actually this one is also written by Taylor. I thought this was the start of the Isaac section, but I guess this is still Taylor. So it's written and produced by Taylor, Jim, and David. And I wrote upbeat intro. It kind of sounded, I know this is going to sound stupid, but it kind of sounded like school band instruments, like like making these noises and like, I'm playing I don't know if it was like that one.
The triangle?
Drum or the triangle, like the one where you have that like ball on the end of your drumstick. It's like, I don't know. It kind of had like a weird thing.
Okay.
It just kind of reminded me of school. Not that we had instruments in school,
we weren't. Yeah.
But like a middle school, I don't know. And then I was just like,
maybe a school with funding did.
And then I was just like, is there no lyrics to this song?
I know.
Because a minute in, there was still no lyrics.
Yeah.
And then minute 10 is when it started.
Yeah.
And then I also wrote, ooh, ooh, harmonizing. So I guess there was some harmonizing with ooh, ooh. And then I wrote, I like the instruments because there's a lot
really pulling the teeth of trying to find something good to say.
I like this song and I put a star beside it.
Okay.
This guy says, Semi Hollow wraps up on a bluesy high note that fuses a Paul Simon meets Grateful Dead.
God bless these people who write this shit. Like,
I know. At least they're getting paid to write about this review.
That's true. But I kind of liked it. I thought it was kind of different. And maybe because it was no longer like slow ass, boring, like whatever. It was kind of like picking up. So I was like, okay, there's some sort of like, like a rainfall. I don't know. It sounded like instruments. I was distracted.
Instruments were made.
Instruments had sounds. I know nothing about things. Anyways, that was my note. So I did write notes.
Okay, good. All right. I wrote, this sounds happier than you'd think given the title of the song.
Which is why I thought it was called Semi Heart.
Yeah. And I wrote, very long intro. And I had the timestamp of 107, but I think you're right.
107, 109 is when it started.
And I'm like, it was okay. That's it for me. So
Okay. I just wrote not bad. I wanted to be a little bit nicer because I feel like I was very mean the other one. So I was like, all right, let's give it a chance.
It's not
So I put not bad.
fair.
So
Excellent.
D.
I also thought this was the start of a new section. I'm like, oh, okay, we're in a new section of the album now.
Yeah.
Because it definitely sounds very different than the other 4 songs, although during the hair drying, I missed the minute of musical intro that was apparently so interesting.
It was I was like, oh, I like this. And then after 30, 40 seconds, I was like, oh, is there no words? And then it just kept going.
So I also thought this was the start of the, I guess, Isaac section, but apparently not. So best of the Taylor songs. Way to go.
Semi-hollow, baby.
All right.
Next song is Greener Pastures. So this is the start of the Isaac section.
Green.
Oh,
Get
I didn't
it?
think of that. Yes. So this is the green part of the album. So this is interesting. Not written by Isaac. Would you like to know who it's written by? You're not going to guess.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. Really? Do you really think?
No, he would.
that would have been
We would have
hilarious.
noticed. We would have
Well, my
noticed.
friends, this is written by the Frankie Jonas of Hanson. This is written by Mac Hanson. Who?
Wow.
Mac is their younger brother. So I believe there's like 8 kids or something. There's a lot of kids in the Jonas. There's girls too. I don't
Oh,
Hanson?
know. Hanson. So, but Isaac, Zach Taylor were Hanson, the band. And then they had a younger brother named Mac.
oh,
Mackenzie, I guess.
I did not know that.
I didn't see that.
This is Mac wrote it, and it was produced by Jim Scott, David Garza, and then Isaac Hanson. Did
Okay.
this one. So he produced it, but he did not write it.
Oh,
Okay. My notes, I said Isaac heavy, and then I was just like, I don't think I've ever really noticed Isaac's voice before, but I definitely knew it wasn't Taylor, and I was like, I hope it's Isaac because this is what it sounds like. I said it had like a nice melody and song. I said it had a good beat. My bro over here at Riff Magazine says
Bro.
nothing about it. Oh, yes, he did. Isaac's green. The overall mood doesn't change dramatically, but there's more of an intimate and vintage sound. The green tracks are more vocal forward, letting the band harmonies carry the way over instrumentation. Greener Pastures is a slick, mid-tempo bop with plenty of green wordplay and some smooth, bluesy guitar playing, which I do agree. There was some like green words in there and stuff for sure. So,
Yeah.
like that one.
I wrote, it was okay. Very slow.
Really?
I thought it was like kind of like good. It
This
wasn't
one
like
was more, the
like
Isaac
depressing.
section's a little bit more, less depressing.
yes.
The whole album was yikes.
Mm.
But so go ahead.
So I wasn't sure that this was a new section because they all sounded the same.
Yeah.
A good try to do something different.
Okay. Fair.
All right.
D.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is different. I'll say this again, not for me,
Yeah. Not for me.
but if you like sort of a Bruce Springsteen, Shawn Mendes, not the super poppy Shawn Mendes, like the other
Oh.
singer-songwriters, Shawn Mendes. If you like that kind of vibe, you would probably like this section. I feel like it has that sort of, I'm an American blue-collar worker man. Is this the song that also has children in it at the end?
No, that's the next one.
That's the next one. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yes. All right. So Greener Pastures, we'd all like to move on to. I also put a star there. I thought even though it was still slow, like it wasn't depressing slow like the Taylor section.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe I was just in a better mood when I was listening to it. I don't know. So there you go. All right. So the next song is called Write You a Song. That was written by David Gurza, Isaac Hanson, and P. McDonald. I don't know what the P stands for. It was produced by, so everything is produced by Jim Scott and David Gurza, but also Isaac did this one as well. So I said, Write You a Song has an upbeat start. I was sitting on the edge of my bed and I was tapping my foot along to the song. So I was like, I put foot tapping.
Wonderful.
Foot tapping.
So it says, write you a, so one of the lyrics, I wonder if, oh, actually, I guess I can look up the real lyric. But the lyric was something along the lines of, I want to write you a song, something sweet that you can hum along to. And I was like, oh, yes, I would hum along to this. Essentially, I've always wanted someone to write me a song.
Yeah.
I had high hopes just based on the title. It didn't exactly go sound-wise where I thought it would go, but I was like, this is like a nice little, like, I'm going to write you a song, you're going to remember me, all this other stuff. It was cute. And then at the very end, they do have some kids kind of like singing the last line and like whatever. And I'm like, oh, cute kids, whatever.
Kids, whatever.
It's no, nice. The gentleman only wrote acoustic ballads, write you a song, and no matter the reason, slow things down, but also.
Oh my gosh.
So it does. I focused on the singing. I thought it was a good song. I also put another star there. So there you go.
All right.
This is a good star section. For me.
Wow.
You're liking the album, so that's good.
I'm like, are you giving it stars like
and
more
then
than 3?
No, I only gave 3.
Okay.
But I was just like, it made me like wonder if I was sleeping on Isaac before, or if it just or if I've just become old and now Isaac appeals to me. I don't know, but I just thought it was a good section. So there you go.
Okay, so yes, for Write You a Song, this is very Isaac Ike heavy. It's kind of upbeat, not bad. Okay, I just need to talk about this. Okay, the video is about like having a dad date. And
there was a video for this one?
Yeah, you didn't see it? Yeah. It was Ike taking his little girl out on like, okay, let me explain this North American trait, because I don't know if this is just something in North America or it's like when a dad takes his little daughter on a date and like buys her flowers and opens doors. It's like, and like the expectation is like, I'm showing you what a man's supposed to be like, so then when you do get ready to date, these are the expectations that you are like the minimum expectations that, and I'm just like, I want to like puke a bit in my mouth, because I'm like, because I know they don't mean it.
They don't mean
I
it
know they don't mean it sexually, but I'm just like, I like, are those parents who like kiss their children on the lips? I'm like, like I want to like die a little bit, and like, and
we're Italian. Maybe it's because we think of our own dad, because you don't go on a date with
like,
dad.
Oh my god, I just go dance with dad at my grade 8 graduation, and I wanted to die because what's the this? I'm just like, dad, just shut up. Oh my god. So like, I don't know if that's just like,
it's weird. I don't know. Maybe just people have better relationships with their dads.
Yeah.
Or something, but it just. But again, and I know these things are not supposed to be sexual or anything, but it just grosses me out.
It grosses
right?
me out so
and
much.
I know, and if that's your culture, if that's what you do, cool. But it's just like great that you spend time with your dad and stuff. But I just think it's the word. Maybe it's just the date word.
Like the dad date.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like we go on dates and like bang something. It's not like that's a thing. I just feel like it's like setting, when you go to prom or whatever, you have the flowers and like, so it's supposed to be very sweet and showing your kid like we love you and all this other stuff.
And this is how this is like the level of respect you deserve.
Love. It's love.
Yeah.
It's just
like a man should be doing this for
like
you.
Maybe, I don't know, our brains are just
we have fucked up relationships with our dad, I guess, because ours is kind of like absent dad, and when he is not really absent, he's there being a goof. I'm just like,
he's definitely not like a touchy-feely feelings kind of dad. He's more like, hey buddy, what do you want? So like,
weird. And like just the I'm like,
and he obviously has never taken mom out on dates.
No, like this is all very.
That would also be weird.
Like I feel like I am like a very
maybe
broken
if our
person.
dad was different, we'd be like, oh yeah, that's really sweet.
That's normal. That's so cute. Yeah, it's just like,
because I feel like there's something like our friend. I'm not going to say his name, but I feel like he would probably take his daughter out on little daddy-daughter dates because.
I know who you're talking about, and I can see him doing that because that seems their
like
relationship,
a cute family relationship, because like both parents are hands-on parents, right? And
that
only child and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where our dad was more like, I'm going to work, here's some money, whatever, right? So
here's some money. Leave me alone on Father's Day.
That's true.
Okay. So I feel like I'm talking out of a place of maybe neglect.
Yeah, we have the same father, obviously. Yeah. So I kind of understand I 100% get where you're going from that.
Okay.
But I just think it's weird. And
I don't get it.
So there you go.
I mean, eventually when we have kids, like maybe we'll be that kind of parent who's like hands on and be like, this is what a date should be like. But yeah, just I did not receive that experience.
So I didn't watch the video, so maybe that's why the song.
Like he's buying her macaroons and flowers. He's opening the door. They went bowling.
Oh,
like I'm like,
nice.
it's cute. It's cute.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's just, yeah. It's just, I guess I'm a bit of a damaged person, so I can't relate. But
I don't know.
The song
Your
was
dads
alright.
took you on dates, guys.
I don't know. Did your dad take you on dates, guys? I don't know.
No.
Maybe it was
Maybe because we have European fathers, maybe that's kind of
could be.
I feel like, not to, I'll let you talk, Sophia, but like, I feel like just on this point that like European parents have a different sort of mentality when it comes to that. At least in my experience, I know mostly Italian people, but like, it's like, I'm your father. Look, I'm paying for this house that you live in and this food that you're eating, and I cut the lawn for you, and I like give you money. Like, here you go.
that
Some money
Yeah.
and buy whatever you want.
Why are you gonna go sleep over? You have a nice bed here.
Yeah. And that's like, I did all that for you, and that's how I show my love for you. We don't talk about love. I don't like.
Yeah.
I never called my dad and was like, "Love you." Like,
I know.
no.
Yeah.
You know,
same.
the hugging, like
Yeah.
all that.
No.
Like, no.
hug, kiss on the cheek, thanks for the $20. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
happy birthday, but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
I know.
It wasn't like an
Yeah.
affectionate thing. It was just, here you go.
This must be a North American thing then.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a white people thing.
Maybe it's a white people thing. Yeah.
Not that we're not white, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I get you.
The first time I saw my adult friend kiss his dad on the lips goodbye, I was like, it's weird. It's weird.
That's
It wasn't
very
obviously. It was not
weird.
like a, hey, dad. It was just like, okay, but
Like we kiss on the cheek.
like we do
Yeah.
cheek.
Yeah, but that's about it.
But
We
again,
don't
if you
do.
grew up that way, then that's
Yeah, no judgment here. No
no
judgment.
judgment, and that's your culture, and that's whatever. But yeah, it's just
Little judgment.
weird to me.
Sorry.
Anyway, so Sophia,
Anyway,
sorry, back to the
Sophia,
actual song.
No worries, no worries.
I'm sorry to go on
The
a
song
tangent.
is good. I liked the song.
It was-
Sophia,
I thought it was an okay song. Better. It's getting better. So that's good. Improvement.
Okay. T.
I thought it was cute that he wrote a song for his kid / maybe multiple children, but at least one. How nice for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like a dad who writes me music and gives me the publishings. That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
all right, moving along. No matter the reason, and this song.
We're at song number 9 and we're almost an hour in.
Yeah, you really gotta speed up the reviews.
Yeah.
Isaac and Mac wrote this song, and then obviously produced by the same people. So no matter the reason, I put lower. Oh, slower. Sorry, slower. I said good voice. Then I had something about reasons for leaving, or caught up in the reason instead of just letting go. I said it was almost kind of calming. I don't know. It was just weird.
Coffee shop vibes. Yeah.
That's what I got. So
I wrote very somber.
yes.
So
I wrote boring song.
Keith.
It's the worst of the Isaac songs.
oh
Okay.
my god. All right, Sharon, number 10.
All right, next we got Gift of Tears. Written by David and Isaac, produced by the same
I
guy.
know I'm laughing. Sorry.
That was okay.
I said the beginning of it sounded like something else. But I couldn't remember. And then it kind of I put wedding ? And then it said, like, at one point it was like, take a deep breath, but he took a deep breath as he was singing that part. And I was like, he's like, take a deep breath. And I'm like, so I think it's a wedding song.
I don't
And
think so.
like,
Mm.
you know what? I was gonna
It
look
is,
up the lyrics
definitely
to that
not.
song.
It is a
Said
I will
something
tell
like it's
you
a nice day
the
for a wedding or something.
the things that I wrote down was what a beautiful night for forgiveness.
Oh,
And then I wrote again, it's just super somber.
I actually
because the first line says, "What a beautiful night for a wedding of your heart." It's like letting the love inside of you, and whatever. Anyway, so yes,
I wrote it was okay. Like that's all I wrote. It was okay.
Gift of tears. Take it back.
and all the hope is dead and gone. Pray on, pray on. Oh, pray on. I don't remember that part. But yes.
Okay.
But I was talking about how tears are good for you.
Yeah.
They can be, I guess.
Which, yeah, I guess if you're stressed out, sometimes I cry. Things.
It could be like therapeutic.
Yeah, kind of like a therapeutic-y song.
Mm-hmm.
D?
I think I thought this song and the last song were one song.
Yeah.
Also, I believe now that you guys are talking about some of the things, I at one point thought, is this song about Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
Opening your heart and all that jazz.
Yeah, I would be
All right.
surprised.
Next up in the Isaac category, we have
Track 11. Cold
Is
as
it still Isaac category?
Isaac. Why did I think this was Zach? Okay, apparently this was written by David and Isaac and produced by Things. So I thought this was the beginning of the Zach section. So apparently I was wrong. So Cold as Ice, I said it was kind of like rock and blues.
It's because it had so much drums at the beginning. And,
Yes.
and Zach is known for the drums. That's probably why.
So
the
maybe
confusion.
that's why I thought that. And then I also wrote, she does all these things. Was Zach singing this song? Am I crazy? Why did I think this was Zach?
I thought it was Zach too because it had like the vibes.
It had like a rocky vibe.
It sounded like Speechless on the Middle Nowhere album.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, she does all these things. She walks on water. She plays with fire, whatever. And that's what he loves. She's one hot mama, and I love her, but she's cold as ice. And like, I was just like, then I was thinking like, cool as ice.
Everything will be all right.
And
Yes,
then, like,
I know that. I kept thinking of your song.
She's yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was. I wrote not bad. I'm just
All right. I gave all my thoughts. Soph, do you want to go on yours?
I wrote not good. LOL.
Oh yeah. So this is still Isaac. Yeah, because the other guy said it's a funky percussive jam with an infusion of soul. A fun romp and one of the high points of the record, apparently, according to this gentleman.
Oh my.
Adding a little bit of Stevie Wonder and Paul Simon. I was like, okay. I honestly, I thought it was the start of the Zach, so apparently I'm incorrect.
D, what are your thoughts?
I also thought it was the beginning of the Zach, which makes sense because we thought that the whatever hollow one was part of the Isaac, so that tracks. It definitely has a more funky vibe than all the songs prior to it. You know what? Of all the songs I listened to, this was probably one of my top 3.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty good. It wasn't bad. I wrote not bad. Speaking of not bad, now we're going into the
number 12.
What's his name? Oh my God. The Zach Hanson section, the blues section. So the blue is more contemporary, taking from the same Americana backbone and mixing in pop, rock, and alt country. This gentleman says, bad is a slick toe tapper that mixes some light keys to an organic sound. I wrote, not great. And then I was like, I bet you think you're bad. And then I wrote, ooh, oh, which I guess they do a bunch of that as well. I was just like,
I wrote the same quote. I bet you think you're bad. And I'm like, it's ... not bad.
It's like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't great thing. Yeah. All right. So.
Oh my God, that's so funny. And I wrote, this one was not bad. LOL.
So good. D?
I definitely think before Chinzi even said that, I was thinking when I was listening, oh, this one's maybe a little poppy. Like, of all the songs I heard, this is probably the most poppy song. Also pretty good, but still confuses me that anyways.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like
it's wrong.
Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. Again, probably one of the better songs on the entire album.
Okay. All right. So the next song up is
13,
and it is called "World Goes Around," which sounds weird. This is Zach. And then, so he wrote this one. I wrote, it's kind of catchy. That's all I have for that one. I didn't really write anything. I was taking a shower at that time. So.
Okay. I wrote, sounds like a hype song. It's not bad. It's okay. Sounds kind of like the other songs on this album.
Okay. Fair enough.
I wrote, not good.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who got kind of a country vibe in this area?
Yeah,
No?
maybe.
I feel like we went a little bit more towards a country vibe.
Could be.
I don't know.
I honestly, tell you the truth, I don't really remember this one as much.
I was putting on makeup at this time.
Maybe your troubles got the best of you. God knows the punishment doesn't always fit the crime. Sometimes you don't even know your best won't do. At the end of the rope.
Yeah, this sounded like a country song to me.
So yeah, so the world goes around, everything changes, we start again. So okay, so it kind of has a good message.
Yeah, it could sounds like it.
Yeah, that sounds very country. Kind of a bit of a country there. Yep. Oh, shizzle. All right, so next song is Wake Up, and I had to listen to this again.
Wake up, it's not good.
Wake up on a Saturday night. Not that song.
Not Hillary Duff.
Nope.
Oh my God.
So I wrote Slow AF, and then I said Get Back Together, ? Because I think that's what the song is about, them getting back together eventually if he wakes up from something. I don't know, because I kind of zoned out. Hold on. I'm thinking about you every night. You're not with me. I'm dreaming that someday you'll be right here in my arms when I wake up. So it's like kind of like I Want You Back type of a song.
It's not as good.
Yes, well, obviously. Yes.
I wrote meh. That's it. So
I wrote Not Good, LOL. These songs sound so similar.
yes, they do. I know. D.
I really stopped caring at this point.
All right, so the Riff Magazine fellow says the acoustic ballads World Goes Round and Wake Up are slower, but don't sound as roots as the previous section. I guess the songs are intricate and well crafted, showcasing the earnest songwriting. I was like, okay. Next song is Don't Let Me Down. And I'm gonna throw it out here and assume that it's also written by Zach, but let me just double check.
Yeah.
It is written by Zach.
Yeah.
This gentleman says the fist pumping Don't Let Me Down is probably the most rock track on the entire album, and for good reason. It features Shine Down guitarist Zach Myers. Oh, that's who he is. I wrote it had a very like 80s movie vibe.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe that's because I also saw the music video.
Same.
But it kind of made me think of like the Karate Kid or something. It kind of had like Don't Let Me Down.
Like a montage.
It sounded like an 80s rock kind of song. If you've watched the music video, they're at like a gym and they have all the big like muscles and stuff.
All the Hanson tattoos. That was really cute.
And they're just like, facing off. You get a lot of testosterone and stuff. So, which, it's cheesy and kind of funny. But yeah, it was okay. It kind of had that whole vibe to it, so that's where.
Zach's very into the cheese. Yeah,
he definitely is. This was a very Zach signature type song.
Yeah, sure. I said the music video was ... interesting. I love all the Hanson tattoos. Frankie Muniz is also there.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
And then the recurring character from the Child at Heart music video, he's there with like the roses, and then he gets hit by a lone weight, which is really bizarre. Zach is buff and wearing like a fake muscle suit
and little mustaches, right?
And then and like it's so confusing. I'm like 80s rock is kind of fun. That's me. So
I wrote this song is good. Finally, 1 out of 16. Upbeat.
Yeah.
It's definitely the most rock. I agree with that. But I couldn't stop thinking about that Chainsmokers song.
Ooh,
and this ain't that.
What Chainsmokers song?
Don't let me down.
Yes.
Down.
Yes,
that's right.
This has laid me down. I know that, but anyways, that's just what I thought of.
Alrighty, guys, we've made it to the last song. Sing Where I Belong. Zach Hanson, our gentleman at Riff Magazine, says it is a soft and airy ballad, piano-driven track that offers the most throwback sound on the record. Then his thing is like the album is
throwback to what?
Throwback sound. I don't know.
To like Oompa?
Experimental and fun. No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
The band has been getting it done for.
So what does he mean? I don't know.
Throwback to when they were in caves making music. I don't know.
I wrote down urethral kind of like like fucking angels and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, kind of, at one point they're like,
You mean
somewhere-
urethral, not urethral.
Yes.
Urethral is like
Sorry, yes, that one, the one about like yes, Diane. I will not say the name again, but that is exactly. I was just like, what the fuck? I listened to it twice. I was like, this is terrible. Like it sounded nice, like the sounds, but it was boring and slow. And at one point they said somewhere, I thought it was over the rainbow. It said under the rainbow. I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It said meh. I was just like, what is this? I'm like, why is this song? And then I was just like, and then the next song that played was really good. And I was like, yeah. And then I realized it wasn't Hanson.
The playlist was over.
The playlist was over. And it was like, and it was together. And then the second time I'm like, shit, I got to re-listen to this song. So I re-listened again. I had the same. And then the next song was O Town. And I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, no, wait. Still not this album. So sorry, Zach. Not a huge fan, but
Oh my god, that's amazing.
it sounded nice. It's just not a song that I belong to listen to because it was just oh god, it was just like meh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I wrote it was a very pretty song, and then I wrote now that I can't remember it, it sounds like love me, but I know they said it in like a nicer way.
Love me.
Like it's like love me, but they're like love me. It seems like I know, but it's not that one. It's kind of like if you're like prancing around in a forest, you know, in like a poofy dress, sipping tea, like very cottage core vibes is what I got from this.
Yeah.
That's my all right. So
because it's like let me float away. I don't want to search all my days for loving. Okay, there you go. That's what you're talking about.
no, they
Trade bitter tears for honey. I don't
trading
know.
tears for honey.
I was what the lyrics say. I don't know.
Okay, so then cottage core, right?
Yes. Yeah, I can picture them like, in a forest with fairies and stuff.
Yeah.
And just like prancing and stuff. Yeah. No. Yeah, okay.
Lots of prancing. Sophia?
I wrote, it is finally over. Thank you, Lord.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
here's what I thought. I thought good night, and then I thought that I was like, oh, so they start with some Taylor ones, and then we have some Isaac ones, and then we have some Zach ones, and then we finish with a Taylor
I
one.
thought this was also a Taylor one. True. That's true.
So I feel like this, they broke apart, but then they come back together, and maybe that's intentional. Maybe like the songs are supposed to blend.
Because the transition song.
Yeah, like there's supposed to be transitional songs where like this one's a little bit Taylor and a little bit Isaac, and this one's a little bit Isaac and a little bit Zach, and this one's a little bit Zach and a little bit Taylor. Like maybe that was
maybe
intentional.
If you're playing it on repeat, you're going to start the Taylor section again, and there you go. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think so.
Maybe the hardcore Hanson fans are like, yeah, obviously they did that, duh, and we're just stupid. But
that's a possibility, yeah.
Don't hate us, Hanson fans.
This
at least we listened to it.
Meant for us. I would be repeating what I said at the start.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. What was your thoughts on where I belong?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Did you already say it?
Yeah, she just said it.
Okay, I thought you were like as a whole, like.
Well, yeah,
no.
Okay, got it.
So
Sorry.
she said it sounded more like a Taylor song.
It did, yeah.
Not urethral. Urethral?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. So I'm kind of scared to ask, but does anybody have top 3 songs on this? I'm going to tell you mine while you think. I wrote in no particular order: Semi Hollow, Greener Pastures, and Write You a Song. Those were my favorite ones, and apparently 1 Taylor and 2 Isaacs. And then, I guess Don't Let Me Down wasn't bad. It was, I don't know. It was just.
I wrote down the first one, Child at Heart. Then I did Don't Let Me Down, and then I meant Where I Belong. That's my top 3. And then I have some thoughts I want to share later.
Okay. Sophia cannot pick top 3.
It was very hard to pick anyone.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna say the ones that were not bad are in the top 3, which were I did like Don't Let Me Down, so I'll put that one as 1. And the one that was not bad that I wrote was Bad. That one was not bad, so that's 2. And then Semi Hollow will be number 3 because I also wrote not bad for that one, I believe. Yes.
There you go. It's a good song.
Deep.
Instruments.
Cold as Ice and Bad were the 2 that stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I don't know if I liked Semi Hollow or it was just like after the first 4 songs, it was such a welcome change that you're like, oh, okay, so I'll put that as number 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you said you had some closing thoughts.
I'm like, I miss Pop Hanson. Okay. I'm like, I get what they're trying to do. The sobering truth is very healing, but it's also a little bit depressing. Like, I'm like, they're very like, I feel like they're more millennial poets than pop singers. You know what I mean?
Holy shit. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. It's like very experimental funk, country, acoustic, kind of a mishmash of everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm like, this would be a good album when you're going down into a depression spiral and it's coming along for the ride. I'm like, 16 tracks is way too much for an album. 12 max. People have a short attention span.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's all my notes. Anyone else want to share stuff?
No, I shared in the beginning. I thought the same. Like 16 is too many songs. 12 is, I think, the best number.
Yeah, even 12 is starting to get to be a lot. Because like I know a lot of people, like even like BTS, they do like 6 on an album.
6 is not enough for an album.
I know, but it's like, but they're all bangers. So you're like, I'll kill her, no filler.
What
right?
I will say about this is that this definitely shows that they do have good vocals, and they're very good at harmonizing.
No question.
And obviously, they're playing their instruments and stuff like that. So I do agree that they are good at that. And obviously, that's why they've been making music for over 30 years, because they can do that. So I think it was a kind of a cool idea for a project to kind of like be solo but not be solo. But yeah, so it's always good to try.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
The fans probably loved it. So more power to everyone. And good job.
They're just so woke. I just want to have fun. I just want to feel the tingle in the fingle. That's all I want. Okay?
I think also around this time too, right? It's so sad nowadays that you want to be like uplifted kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Life is already shitty as is, so it would be nice to just kind of like have like some sort of like BTS dynamite. You're like, yeah, life is dynamite.
Dance around.
Yeah, like I don't know. Just for me, this was like a bit of a
a downer.
Do you remember that like stupid Debbie Downer from SNL?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt for me personally.
All right. Well, did Diane just freeze?
She sure did.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
I think she was about to say my power is going out. So we're just gonna go on the assumption.
So I just want to say we got like a little like thing pop up saying emergency. There's a thunderstorm coming, so maybe that's what it is.
Okay. But if you are not watching this on YouTube, you really need to come and see.
Diane just messaged us in the chat. Her power just went out.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll. This freeze frame is too much, man. I love it so much. Terrifying. Okay, sorry. Oh no.
Oh no, we lost her.
Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry if you're not watching that. Like the Diane. Oh, beautiful.
It was very funny.
Like, yeah. She's about to be struck by lightning. She's like, no!
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so now I've totally forgotten how we end this.
Thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.